Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. All right, some news for those of you traveling in the Bentonville area. East Central Avenue will be under construction from Northeast Wildcat Way to Brookhaven. Now, the westbound curb lane there will be closed starting today, but it will reopen by 5 o'clock on June 27th for right-of-way improvements. Weather or unforeseen circumstances, though, could postpone this change in the traffic pattern. Meanwhile, for those of you in Lowell cleaning up after this weekend's severe weather, you can now drop off your debris at the Kathleen Johnson Memorial Park. This drop-off location starts today and will stay open until this Sunday, June 25th. Lowell Public Works does ask that you only bring natural vegetation, which means things like leaves, limbs, and trees. Officials say any other kind of material will not be taken. And the Fort Kids Children's Museum is receiving a big donation of land in Fort Smith that will one day be home to its new building. This land is located right next to the U.S. Marshals Museum, right there on the riverfront. In total, more than 5.5 acres of land on the riverfront was donated for the Fort Kids Museum. All right, before we get to other news of the day, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. And Zach, it looks like another sunshiny day.
Exactly. A lot of sunshine, blue skies next couple of days. Big, hot, quiet pattern over top of us. Temperatures not far off from where we were, Joe, on Monday. Upper 80s, low 90s, about a 3-degree spread. I think we're ranging about 89 to 92 degrees here across northwest Arkansas. River Valley, we're a little hotter. I think we're looking at temperatures across the area ranging from the low to mid 90s. Should see widespread mid 90s in the River Valley, and then more of a low to mid 90s mix the further south you go towards the Washtals. Highest elevations of the Washtals could even be a tad cooler. We're talking some upper 80s possible. A little bit of an east breeze coming in the last couple of days continues. That east-northeast breeze keeps the muggiest air just to the southwest of us, but still enough humidity there. It could feel a degree or two warmer than the actual air temperature. Not much of a factor in northwest Arkansas, but feels like temperatures, especially into eastern Oklahoma, hitting the upper 90s. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. All right, and we now know when the trials are set for a Cave Springs doctor. You see him right here. Dr. Adam Moss is being accused of sexually assaulting women during their exams. His trials are in Washington and Benton counties. Washington County is scheduled for September 11th. Benton County is scheduled for December 12th. We're also hearing from the attorney of 2 siblings who have special needs, claiming they were cheated out of hundreds of thousands of dollars by another attorney. Siblings Larry and Loreva Boatwright are beneficiaries of their deceased sister's trust and supposed to get about $700,000. Attorney Matt House describes his clients as 2 vulnerable older adults with intellectual and health issues that prevent them from working. House claims their former attorney, Gentry Wallmeyer, who was supposed to distribute those trusts, charged the siblings almost $200,000. The lawsuit claims Citizens Bank and Trust took $26,000 from the trust as an administration fee. House says both Wallmeyer and the bank should have known better.
So that's where Citizens Bank was supposed to come in and say they should have questioned this. They should have, demanded documentation from Mr. Wallmeyer. They should have gone to a court and said, hey, this guy's wanting $197,000. Not sure if this is reasonable. What do you think about it, Judge? They didn't do any of that from what we can tell. They just wrote the check.
Well, the lawsuit lists multiple claims, including negligence and breach of fiduciary duties. Well, after many parts of 5 country, including Franklin County, took hits from the strong storms on Sunday morning, a group of Good Samaritans stepped in to help in the midst of the pounding rain and winds. Fort Smith residents Amanda Manus and her husband drove up on a scene quite like the one you see here. You remember from early Sunday morning. Headed back from a family event in Darnell right in the middle of an intense windstorm. That's when they saw something they say they didn't expect to see.
I really thought that there was a car that was like maybe blocking the tree to let people know that there was an obstruction in the road. And I noticed that there was an actual car in the tree.
Now, Mayna says there were 3 people in the car. They told her and her husband that they tried to call 911 but couldn't get through. The rain didn't stop the couple from jumping into action. After some teamwork, they were able to get the car out from under that tree, and all 3 people inside were unharmed. Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Jo Ellison. Make sure to catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more.